Now is the best time to start.
Not tomorrow. Not next week.
Not until next month.
Not next year.
You have to start
Right now.
Get out there and chase your dreams. Find adventure. Fall in love. Take risks.
because trust me,
It'll be worth it, I promise.
My loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Roxy and I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 15 habits that you're probably doing that's literally ruining your life and you need to stop it ASAP. Let's talk about it. So first up is excessive food consumption. You know when you're eating and you're not mindful about it and you're just stuffing yourself to the brim literally and you feel so uncomfortable after, you're bloated, you don't feel your best self, you literally feel sick after you eat so much. Overeating like this can make you feel so sluggish and it can also lead to weight gain as well as so many other health problems because you're literally not watching what you're eating and you're just eating mindlessly and you're overeating in the first place, which is just a hard no. Like, we cannot. Whether it is eating at a family dinner or going out at a restaurant or just being at home and you're mindlessly snacking or eating, and then before you know it, you just feel so bloated, you have like acid in your chest, you feel uncomfortable and your stomach is hurting you. Yeah, that is the overeating situation that can lead to weight gain as well as a whole host of other health related problems because you're not in control of what you're putting into your body, and instead you're overdoing it and you're overeating and you're making yourself feel sick. That feeling of being stuffed and bloated and cannot move, you're so uncomfortable, you can't even get up and you feel to throw up all at once. You guys, that's just not the vibe that we want to have. So let's tone that down, and here are some things that you can try to help you stop overeating if this is something that you're doing and you're probably not aware of it. First up, you want to be mindful when you're eating. You need to cut those distractions out. Do you ever realize how much you tend to snack if you're watching TV? Like, you just keep snacking and snacking and snacking, and before you know it, half the tub of the ice cream is gone or half the bag of the chips, and you have no idea how that happened. It happens because you are distracted while you're eating. So maybe you can practice mindful eating where you clear away all the distractions, come off your phone, take a break from watching your shows, and really just sit down. You and your plate of food, sit down, romanticize how you're eating, maybe even light a candle, pour yourself a prebiotic soda, or drink some water in a fancy glass, and really romanticize eating, so that you are more mindful of how much you're eating and you'll be able to listen to your hunger cues. You'll be able to know when you're actually hungry and you won't be distracted, so much so that you don't feel those cues, so you continue just eating. You need to take time to savor each bite and enjoy your food without being distracted. And what happens when you're distracted and you're eating, you don't even realize that you ate, so you tend to feel hungry after you ate and you're not sure why. It is because your mind did not connect with the fact that your body is eaten. You don't have that feeling of being full because your body is not telling you that you are full, and you miss your entire meal without fully enjoying it, which is a sad way to live, honestly. So that is one way to help if you are eating excessively. Next up, when it comes to the portions of your plate, you want to make sure and have half of your vegetables, and then you want to have a quarter of whole grains or carbs, as well as a quarter of protein, as well as some healthy fats, and this is going to make you feel so much more full. If you overeat in terms of the amount of carbs to vegetables, like if you have a lot more carbs than vegetables and protein, you tend to feel hungrier quicker because it is the protein, the healthy fiber, and the fats. Those are the things that make you feel more full, whereas the carbs make you feel full temporarily, and then later on you find yourself wanting to snack and you feel hungry again. I will have a little picture on the screen so you can kind of see how you should start plating out and portioning your food to make you feel more full, so that it will decrease your likelihood of overeating. Next up, you can hydrate before you're eating. If you're going out to a fancy restaurant, or if you're going to eat a really carb heavy food like pizza or pasta, you want to make sure and hydrate. Drink a glass of water before, or in general, if you think you're hungry but you might not be hungry, and if you've just eaten especially, drink that glass of water, hydrate yourself, and then eat. So don't underestimate the importance of hydrating before you have a really heavy meal, or whenever you feel hungry and you deep down know that you're not really hungry. Definitely have that water. Maybe you can have it infused to make you want to drink it, or drink a cup of tea or something like that, and that will really let you know if you are hungry or not. Next up, try eating in a smaller bowl or a smaller plate. If you have a really big plate, you tend to overfill that, and that leads to overeating. I have loved eating in bowls. Like, I love having like small bowls where I portion out all of my food and eat. It makes me feel like if I'm having like some sort of rice bowl or poke bowl at a restaurant, and obviously that smaller bowl or that smaller plate has less food on it, but it looks full, your mind is going to think that it is a lot of food when in reality it isn't. So that can help with the overeating if that is something that you struggle with. And I highly recommend you get like a nice little bowl so that you can start putting your food in, because it helps so much. I love eating in my bowls. Next up is getting too little sleep. We've heard about oversleeping, yes, but do you realize how much times we might not be getting the sleep that we need? Those 7 to 8 minimum hours of sleep, sometimes we might not be getting it because we're either waking up too early and having to rush, or we're going to sleep too late and we're not giving our body proper time to rest and heal throughout the night. Not getting enough sleep can make you extremely fatigued the next day. You might be sluggish, you might not be in a good mood because you are not well rested. You're not your best self and you can't perform the way you should be because you are so tired. And this is not the life that we want to be living. Of course not. We need to be getting in those 7 to 8 hours minimum of sleep every night. So one thing you can start doing is having an actual bedtime routine. And I know we're not kids, and I know that might seem so like meh, but let me just say, if you have a decent bedtime routine, say you're going to sleep around 10 and getting up around half 6, 7, you're literally hitting the sweet spot when it comes to sleeping. If you have to wake up early, then you can simply adjust your bedtime before you go to sleep. And that way you can regulate your body's circadian rhythm. You're not sleeping all hours of the night and getting up all hours of the morning and not feeling your best self. It's just not a way to start a day, I feel like. And your body does not get the time it needs to rest and repair itself. Next up, you want to create a calming bedtime ritual, like a wind down ritual. And I love thinking about this as doing really nice self-care activities in the night. Have a hot shower, do your skincare, maybe read a book, put on a luxurious robe or your pajamas and start winding down, easing yourself to sleep. That leads me to my next point, which is an idea I love, which is creating a sleep sanctuary. And I love when you put it like that. Again, you're romanticizing these little things. Make your room dark, put on soft lighting, no white lights, no bright lights, soft calming lighting. So I will be really cozy, cool, quiet and dark, and that is going to help you to go to sleep. Something else that I have been loving doing is putting on rain on YouTube. There's even a rain app that my best friend uses, and I love playing that rain sleeping sound. It makes you feel so cozy in the night, and it really does help you fall asleep. Next up, you can invest in a good mattress. Make sure the mattress is firm and does not affect your posture. Maybe you can think about getting some new pillows, because when might be the last time that you've changed yours? Have comfortable sheets that will make you have that sanctuary spa-like vibe in your bedroom. So you want to avoid caffeine. Once I drank like a latte around 5 o'clock and it gave me jitters all night. Like, I kid you not, like I could not sleep. I was up until like after 2 and 3. I regretted it instantly. So those things that will stimulate you, keep you up, make your heart race, those are the things that you don't want to do. You also don't want to have heavy meals in the night as well, because you are going to feel bloated and uncomfortable, and then it's going to give you that undigested feeling, and then your stomach is going to hurt and you're not going to be able to sleep at all because your body is trying to digest that heavy meal that you just put down. You also want to reduce screen time. That's scrolling on your phone. That blue light is going to keep you up. It's going to hurt your eyes, and then you're just staring at this blue light all night and expecting to fall asleep. No girl, you're not going to fall asleep. You need those warm lights that we talked about. And last up, something that I really do love is a natural sleeping aid like melatonin. It literally helps me drift off into sleep if I feel like if my mind is constantly spinning and I can't go to sleep. I love taking my melatonin, having a cup of tea, reading my novel, and then I start to drift off and I have like an amazing night of sleep. So you can definitely try these, and hopefully it helps you to get in those 7 to 8 hours that you absolutely need to be your best self. Next up is skipping movement, you guys. And I don't like to say exercise, I like to say movement. I feel like if when you say exercise, you think about killing yourself at the gym for like an hour or 2, or having to work out really, really hard, when that is not the case. I like to think about it as moving daily. Do something to move your body every single day. It does not always have to be lifting weights or being something that seems like a chore to you. When you don't take time to move your body daily, you can gain weight, you'll be more stressed, your body is just going to start feeling slow and sluggish, and in general you won't be fit. Like, going up a flight of steps might make you huff and puff until the end of time, which is not what we want. We want to be able to walk up a flight of steps and still be able to breathe properly. You hear me? Moving daily is also really amazing for your mental health. You will always feel so good when you have that dopamine boost, when you have those happy hormones after you move your body. So first up, you can set aside time to do a workout, whether it's even 15 minutes. You guys know I love pulling out my mat and doing like a simple stretch or a simple Pilates or a HIIT minute workout at home. I just put on YouTube and I get a workout in. Treat this time as if you're making an appointment with yourself that you can't miss. You need to show up for yourself, because if you don't show up for yourself, who are you showing up for? Don't forget to try different things and mix things up. Try some roller skating, try some hiking, maybe cycling, do something different to move your body. I'm actually thinking about doing a dance class later this month, which I'm really excited for. And again, it's something different, it's something fun. But at the end of the day, it is helping me move my body. Next up, you might want to think about getting a workout partner. I'm actually going to that dance class most likely with one of my friends, which will be so much fun. It's a great idea to bond, have fun while still waking up a sweat. When you partner up with a friend, you keep each other motivated and it's just more fun overall. It also adds in that accountability factor, so even if you don't feel like doing something one day and your friend wants to do it and your friend is going, it is going to encourage you to get up and go as well, because you have company. Next up, if you have a very busy life, you can try to sneak in movement here and there. Instead of taking the elevator or the escalator, you can take these stairs. You can do a quick stretch break while you're at your desk. Take some time during your lunch break to simply just go outside and walk for like 10 minutes. Just really anything to get you off of your desk and to move throughout the day if you do have a sedentary type of job. You want to also find joy in movement. Do not think about it as a chore, which is what we mentioned at the beginning. You want to make sure this is something that is enjoyable to you. Mix it up, try new things, listen to your body and see what your body wants to do. If you feel like you're up for a 30-minute workout, do that. If you feel like if you just want to stretch for 10 minutes today, just do that. Exercise and working out doesn't mean you have to be at the gym. This is an act of self-care and you're treating your body with the respect that it deserves and you're taking care of it, because we only have this one body. So we need to live it up. We need to treat it the best that we can. Next up is lack of social activities. Like, are you somebody who is a homebody? Nothing is wrong with being a homebody. I'm a homebody. But honestly, this can lead you to isolate from your friends and your family, and being alone all the time might not be the best for your well-being, because connection and connecting with other people, it's so important. For me, I'm such a homebody. I love being home, but recently, especially at the beginning of this year, I have been making active efforts to have little gatherings with my friends. So far this year, I did a waffle bar for Valentine's Day as well as a flower bar with my friends, and it was such a fun idea. It was so much fun having them come over, making a really cute waffle board setup and really creating core memories and having such a good time laughing while enjoying food or doing an activity. This is definitely something that I encourage you to do, even if it's once a month, which is my goal, and you take the time to go out with your friends. Think about hosting, and hosting does not have to be hard. Everyone can bring a snack and a drink and we all share and we all have a good time. It is absolutely worth it. If there's something new coming up in your town or your community, you can make the time and effort to go to those things as well. It's all about creating those core memories and moments. There's so many things you can do, from planning a coffee date with your friends, doing a waffle bar like what I did, having a game night. There's so many possibilities when it comes to hosting and having your friends over and creating those core moments and memories. For my birthday, I went high tea with my friends and it was such a new experience for us doing this together, and it really does help to strengthen the bonds and have those happy times with your friends. Next up, you can think about joining a club or joining some sort of group. So if you are into reading, maybe you join a book club. If you want to learn how to play tennis, maybe you could join a tennis club or even go to art classes. This is a great time again to get out there, put yourself out there, meet new people, make new friends, and actually do something different with your life other than just staying home and scrolling or just not having those connections with other people. You can also think about volunteering. If you're an animal lover, you can go to an animal shelter and volunteer, or you can go and read to kids. Just stuff like that you can think about doing to again form those human connections. And you might not think that this is a bad habit, which is lack of social activities, because I've realized when you get older and everyone has their own lives, it becomes harder to spend time with people. So you need to be able to craft out that time and schedule that time in so you can meet with your friends and meet with new people and just do different things. Next, a bad habit that's probably doing you the most is having too much screen time. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Most of us are so guilty of this, the constant scrolling, the constant being on our phones, the inability to just put our phones down without picking it up impulsively and check it. Guilty, guilty, and guilty. I've actually gone as far as putting my Instagram app into like 2 different folders on my phone. So I'll be less likely to just pick up my phone and impulsively go on Instagram and scroll for like a 10 minutes. And I don't even know I'm doing it. And I I'm so fed up of it. I don't want to live that kind of life. And if you are also fed up of it, you guys, it's awful when you actually realize how much you're scrolling and you can actually check your screen time on your phone and see what is up, and it will truly shake you to your core. This can disrupt your sleep patterns because you're scrolling before you go to sleep. It can also increase your anxiety as well because you're constantly watching other people's highlight reel and you're thinking it's real and you're thinking your life is not the best. It can affect your sleep quality and your mental health, and we're not about that life. So how you can fix that? You can set app limits on your phone. For Instagram, I just set an hour a day, and then you get this reminder telling you when it's time to come off. That is something that you could be mindful of, and it comes up throughout the day to make you remember how much time you are on the app. I love setting these daily limits and these downtimes, so it reminds me to get off my phone and do something else with my life and like actually live. You want to also create tech-free zones. So maybe at night in your bed, maybe you tell yourself this is when you're going to put away your phone, like it's a no phone zone at night. Or when you're having a meal and you're sitting down and eating and you're being mindful about what you're eating, maybe you don't have your phone at your dining table. Something else that I love is having a 30-minute rule at mornings and at night. So for 30 minutes after I wake up, I'm not on my phone, and 30 minutes before I go to sleep, I'm not on my phone. These are screen-free moments, and I've been loving how I've been feeling. I'm waking up and actually getting out of my bed without scrolling my life away and seeing everything and being bombarded with so many things first thing in the morning and last thing before I go to sleep. So you can try these things and let me know how it goes. Next up, something that you probably don't realize you're doing is not going outdoors. You guys, it may seem so far-fetched, but I'm so guilty of this. I would wake up and then I would go to work. I would work from like 9 to 5. Then I come home, I come inside, I do my workout inside, and before you know it, it is dinner and that's it. And I have not really been outside other than drive in, which does not count. I have not been outside. I have not felt the sun on me. I have not even touched the ground. I don't even know what outside feels like. No, I'm trying really hard to work on this as well, because being outside is actually so amazing for your mental health. It makes you feel happy. It gives you that dopamine and that serotonin boost, which contributes so much to your mood. Easy ways to actually go outside is to take small walks. Again, it does not have to be a 30-minute walk. You can go outside for like 5 minutes, or after you eat a meal, you can go outside and you can walk. It's actually said that morning light, like morning sunlight, is so beneficial to you. So before it gets really hot during the day, you can go outside as the sun is rising and you can feel how good it feels to be outdoors. You can try having more outdoor hobbies. So we mentioned tennis at the beginning, some sort of outside sport, hiking, cycling. You can even have a little outdoor garden, and that way you're outside, you're in nature, and you feel so amazing. You can have that al fresco dining moment. So when you go to a restaurant, if there is outside seating, you can opt for sitting outdoors, especially if the weather is nice. I love sitting outside under like really nice umbrellas or even those really nice cafe lights. I love that, as opposed to eating inside of the restaurant. It's a great way to be outdoors while enjoying it, while eating, being with your friends, or on a solo date. It is something that goes back to that whole romanticizing life aspect. So we talked about outdoor hobbies, and now we're going to be talking about maybe you can do an outdoor workout. So this is something that I could really think about. I could take my mat, and instead of working out indoors every day, I can break that habit up a little bit, and I can go outside with my mat and my iPad outside under my trees in my garden and have a little workout. You can walk, you can run, you can do yoga in the park. Some sort of movement outdoors is definitely going to make you feel so good. And last up, you can bring the outdoors inside. You can pull open your curtains or your blinds. You can open your windows so that the sunlight and the natural light just is streaming through your home. And you can even think about adding plants to your home. I don't have any real plants in my home because of my cats, but if you don't have any pets who would get into those things, you can literally have a full-on indoor jungle, which is going to really transform your space and make it feel so amazing. Next habit that is ruining your life is thinking negative thoughts, or just having a negative mindset in general. This is going to make you feel stressed, it's going to make you feel anxious, and it's going to affect your mood. Like, you literally are going to have low self-esteem. You need to snap out of that, girl. You are in control of your thoughts. You can control what your mind is thinking and how you think about yourself and how you think about your life. So you need to actively practice thinking positively if you have a tendency to just be in a negative mood all the time, or a negative mindset. First up, you can practice daily gratitude every single day. Write 3 things down that you feel grateful for. This is going to help put so many things into perspective. It's going to remind you that you have so many things that you could be thankful about, and not everything is going wrong in your life. because we do have that tendency to focus on the bad. You can also try cognitive reframing, which is reframing your thoughts whenever you think about something negative. You want to ask yourself, what is the point of this? Is it true? Is it helpful? And is it necessary? Chances are those are going to be a strong no's for every single one of those questions. And you will realize how unuseful or how not useful it is to be thinking thoughts like that when you could reframe your thoughts and switch it around to the next way so it can mean something for you. It can be helpful. It can put you in a better mood. It can boost your self-esteem. Next up, you can try mindfulness or meditation. You can look up like a 5-minute meditation on YouTube and you can sit down with your thoughts again and go into that reflective mode. You can also use positive affirmations to rewire your mind. So if you have that negative mindset, you want to say things like, I am strong, I'm healthy, I'm successful, amazing things come to me, opportunities flow into my life. That is going to help you reframe and rewire those negative thoughts in your mind. Next up is having too much salt and sugar in your meals. You guys, these are little sneaky things that you might overlook, but over time it's going to add up. All of that processed sugar, all of that salt, it can literally put you at risk for diabetes, heart disease, as well as high blood pressure. And yeah, it may seem dramatic now, but over time, if you don't look at this and you're constantly eating salty snacks and you're constantly having salt in your food, this bad habit is going to add up over time. So let's fix it while we can. First up, try to cook at home as much as possible, because then you will have control of the ingredients that go into your food. When you buy food on the outside, Chinese food or whatever fast food you're buying, you don't have control of the ingredients that are in it. You might not even know the amount of salt and sugar in these ingredients. For instance, when I make ramen at home, I make my own broth. So I have a really good idea of the salt that is going into that versus using the ramen powder that comes with it or buying ramen outside and then you have like so much MSG and salt inside of it and you're not really aware of that. Next up, you want to think about using herbs and spices to replace like salt and sugar. So for instance, you can use fruits or natural sweeteners to replace sugar, and you can use spices instead of salt. And that is exactly how I love to cook. I love using herbs and spices in my food versus salt and sugar. Next up, you want to practice reading the ingredient labels. You'll be so shocked to see how much salt and sugar might be in a snack that you think is healthy. And it might be things like high fructose corn syrup or stuff like that. And you might not think anything of it, but that is the sneaky little things they're doing. So definitely become educated with food and snack labels. Next up is overworking. If you're guilty of this, I have been there and done that. And let me say, I burned myself right down into the ground where I just didn't feel like doing anything at all. This is also bad for your mental and your physical health as well and your overall well-being. How are you going to fix this? Step number 1, you need to have a clear work-life balance. You need to put away your phone, not check emails when you finish work or before work actually starts. You need to define your work hours and really actively stick to them. You can even go a step further by turning off notifications from your emails or your work messages so that you will not be tempted to go into it and all hours of the night, right before you go to sleep, you're seeing these work emails and it's just affecting your quality of life and your sleep, and your anxiety is just going up and up and up. You want to also be able to delegate tasks. You need to ask for help. You don't have to do everything on your own. You can delegate tasks so that you can focus on the more important things that you have to do. Sharing your workload and delegating tasks helps to avoid that burnt out feeling where you think that you alone have to do this entire mountain of work. Focus on what is truly important and let go and delegate the smaller tasks. Next up, prioritize rest. Make sure you're getting enough sleep like what we talked about. Make sure you have social activities like we mentioned earlier as well. You have hobbies, you have some sort of creative outlet. It's not just all about work and no fun. Remember that social activities and hobbies, these are the things that are going to help you recharge yourself and be able to be your best self when you're working. Don't forget to take regular breaks throughout the day. Sometimes when I feel like if I'm at my desk all the time, I would get up, I would go outside, I would take a little break and just kind of reset my mind and how I'm feeling. Don't forget to also take vacations when you have them. Don't let your vacations pile up and skip your vacations. Make sure and take this time for yourself. Life is not just about work, because before you know it, you'll be way older, and then when you look back on your life, all you did was work and you have no fun. And then you realize how sad it is that you actually didn't live your life. Don't let it be too late before going on that trip that you wanted or starting that hobby or that creative outlet that you always dreamed of. This kind of leads me to my next negative habit, and that is sitting for too long. I did mention how often I'm sedentary at work. I talked about this so much. So that's why I love getting up and going outside, taking a little walk, stretching my legs a little bit, because sitting for too long can affect your posture as well as lead to poor circulation. I also got a walking pad. So while I'm at home, if I have things to edit, I will take my walking pad, put it by my kitchen island, I will set up my laptop and I will walk instead of just sitting down and being sedentary. Or you can even think about investing in those standing desks where you can literally pull the desk up and you can stand instead of just sitting all day. Get that circulation going and stretch out your body. So you can also set like 5-minute reminders on your phone. So for every hour that you sit down, you take 5 minutes standing up or stretching. You can also look at simple desk exercises like how to stretch at your desk or some seated exercises that can help with circulation. Next up is living life on autopilot. You are just on that hamster wheel. You can't get off. There is no hope for you. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. No, we don't want to live like this. Living life on autopilot results in lack of purpose and missed opportunities. You're basically going through the motions without intentionality, and that can lead to a lack of fulfillment. You literally don't have a purpose. There's no reason for you to want to do anything in life because you are just stuck on the hamster wheel going round and round. So how you can get off? So first up is to practice mindfulness. When you are engaging with your friends, put away your phone. Make sure and set aside this time to really connect with your friends and speak to them and listen to what they're saying. If you are doing a hobby, focus on that. Practice being present, whether you're eating, you're working, or connecting others. Just be fully there, and that is going to kind of help you snap out of that autopilot. You want to also reflect regularly. You want to journal and check in with your goals and your values and adjust your actions accordingly. If you don't have those moments to self-introspect, you won't know what you're missing from your life. You won't know how to make it better. You won't be able to acknowledge how you're feeling in the first place. So be sure to set aside that time to journal. I will leave in some journal prompts here that you can probably take a screenshot of, and you can probably use those to journal and reflect. You want to also set personal goals, and you guys know I have an entire lifestyle glow up video where I talk so much about goals and habits that you can start for the new year. If you don't have short-term and long-term goals, you just have nothing to look forward to. You have nothing to work forward to. There is no moving forward in your life. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be doing the same thing over and over. So it's so important to set those goals, and I have a list of 30 goals and intentions of mine for the new year for 2025 that you can go ahead and check out if you need some ideas and inspo. And next up, you want to start each day with intention. Have things that you're looking forward to. Have that to-do list. Make sure you craft time to work out or move daily. Make sure you have times for your hobby. Make sure you have times to play with your pets. Make sure and have that intention so you have something to look forward to every single day. Next up is overindulging in fast food. We talked about overeating at the beginning, and that could be whether you're overeating at home or when you go out. But in this case, we're talking about just overindulging in fast food. This can lead to weight gain as well as a whole other host of problems for you. This is an instance of where you never made home cooked food, or you've never cooked something in your space because you always buying something out. You're ordering fast food all the time because you just don't want to cook, or you just don't have the time, or you just think you don't have the time, because if you schedule your day accordingly, you are going to find the time to do it. Let's see how we can fix this. First up is meal prep. Remember, I said you think you don't have the time, but you literally do. You can take one day, I love a Sunday, and you can cut up all your vegetables, you can cut up all your fruits, you can literally prep the meals that you want to eat for the week. So that when you feel hungry and you want to know what's for dinner, you don't even have to think about it. I literally had frozen soup last night that I made a batch of, and I reheated it last night, and it was perfect, and I didn't have to wonder what on earth I'm eating for dinner. Take the time. It's just one day to meal prep for the rest of the week, so you'll be good to go and you won't be tempted by the quick pleasure of having fast food. Next up, if you do want to eat fast food, you can probably think about healthier fast food choices. So for instance, salad and grilled options instead of cheesy or greasy fried foods. And you can maybe have like flavored water or probiotic soda instead of actual sugary soda. This goes back to meal prep, but you can actually prep your snacks as well. You can have those sectioned out containers where you can put in little snacks, or you can simply have like nuts on the go, yogurt on the go, vegetables and fruits cut up. So you can have those snacks at hand to curb those cravings when they do come up. Next up, you want to limit temptation by having healthy snacks on you and having your meals prepped. You're going to limit the temptation when you're hungry to go for something that is easy and definitely is not the healthiest for you. And if you don't keep yourself in check and you don't actually realize how much you're eating, you can literally gain so much weight and have so many health issues without even realizing how it happens. Next up is procrastination. This might be where you have a perfectionist situation problem going on, where you absolutely not do anything because you think it has to be perfect. That is a toxic habit. Let me just say, I have been so guilty of this, but now I'm working on it. So I feel like if I'm on my way to curing myself, Procrastination, at the end of the day, it makes you feel more stressed out, it makes you feel more anxious, and it is counterproductive because you are actually less productive when you are procrastinating. And there can be so many missed opportunities because you're so focused on not doing something for whatever reason it may be. How we can fix this little issue: you can use a technique such as the Pomodoro technique, where you focus and work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break and then you repeat like that. This keeps your energy and your focus high. You are more in tune to what you're doing because you have those 25 minutes to do as much as you can do, and then you have that break that you can look forward to after. You can also break larger tasks down into smaller chunks, and this is something that I always talk to you guys about. It is so much easier to separate one huge task and break it down into smaller, more practical and achievable steps. I actually did an entire video on consistency and how to follow your plan and not your mood. That is such a good video. You guys need to go ahead and watch it, because in it I will actually discuss that it's actually doing these smaller things and actually starting that leads to the momentum that will help you finish it. You can also tell somebody what you want to do so you have that accountability. You have somebody to motivate you when you don't feel like doing it. You have somebody to constantly check in on you. And when you share your goals with someone that you can obviously trust, you have somebody who can help you stay accountable. You can have somebody to motivate you when you don't feel like doing it, and just be there to check in on you. Don't forget to reward yourself. You're doing amazing, sweetie. You need to reward yourself. When you finish do a big task that you didn't think you were going to do, give yourself that little reward. Take yourself out, have a nice smoothie, buy something that's been on your wish list, go on the vacation that you wanted to go on. Do something to make you appreciate yourself and know how hard you've worked and how far you've come. Next up is skipping medical checkups. This can lead to delayed detection of many health issues, and prevention is always better than cure. And you guys, if you've been watching my channel for years, you know I'm so guilty of this, but I'm actually working on it as well, so I wanted to share that with you. You can set annual reminders, make sure and book that dentist appointment, make sure and book that overall blood test checkup that you need to do, that general wellness checkup. At the beginning of the year, set aside the date that you're going to do this and actually commit to it. You need to make this a non-negotiable. Treat this again as an appointment with yourself, as a self-care moment. You can also combine it with other activities, so you can probably do your checkup, get some errands in, go on a brunch with your friend. This is just for the sake of convenience, so you wouldn't feel as if this is the one thing you have to do and that you're not feeling to do in the first place. Don't forget to also celebrate your health. I feel like if we take our health so much for granted, we take being able to get up and feel good, we take it for granted the fact that we can move without it hurting. So many people around us don't have these same blessings that we do, and we really need to take the time to focus on ourselves. Like I mentioned earlier, this is the one body that we have. We have to take care of it. We have to give ourselves grace. We have to treat our bodies well with the respect that it deserves. Linking back to everything we mentioned, get enough sleep, don't overeat or indulge in fast food, move daily, because we're truly so blessed to do these little activities without feeling any kind of pain or just any kind of discomfort. So let this really be a reminder to you to celebrate the health that you're blessed with. And last negative habit that we have going on that we might not be aware of is chronic lateness or disorganization. You guys, my pet peeve is people being late. I was not brought up like that. I was brought up always being respectful of time. I'm literally always at an appointment early on. I'm very rarely late. And if you are someone who suffers from lateness, this can cause you to have stress. It can make you feel anxious. You can have missed opportunities. It literally damages your credibility because you don't want to be known as the girl who's always late. Let me be real with you, there's nothing good about that. It is not a compliment being known as the one who's always late. It can actually even harm your relationships, because if you're always the late one in your friend group, or if you're always the late one in your relationship, it's going to become exhausting to deal with at some point in time. So how you can get your act together, you need to do a time audit, you guys. You need to literally write down and investigate. Go in there with a magnifying glass and investigate where on earth your time is going. You can be surprised to see how much time is spent doing the most idle things like scrolling on social media. You need to be able to identify the patterns of your time loss and reroute where your time is going. Because if you don't know where your time is going, that is going to contribute to your chronic lateness. You can also plan ahead. Pack your bags the night before. Get your outfit together the night before so that in the morning when you have to go out or you have an appointment, you won't be rushing all over the place. You will have the documents you need. You have the outfit that you need. You plan your breakfast. You have everything that you need, so you won't be a disorganized mess running out and being late and forgetting things. You literally need to set yourself up for having a smooth morning or preparing for that flight or that appointment. Don't forget to use a physical or digital planner. I'm a physical planner girly and I have my own planner collection that you can check out and shop shop on Amazon. I would link in everything down below. I have a weekly, monthly, and daily planner that you can use depending on your planning style. Or if you're somebody who just likes using a digital planner, you can use Notion or Trello or Google Calendar, whatever the case may be, so that you can stay on track of what you have to do, your things to do, the appointments that you have coming up, and whatever else you need to be mindful of so that you can organize your tasks and meet deadlines. Last up, you might need to simplify your life and declutter, because this can help reduce decision fatigue, and less things in your life and less clutter means the less you have to organize and the less you have to focus on. If you have like tons and tons of clothes that you don't even know what you have, this is where you might be struggling on mornings to find an outfit. Donate. Thrift it, reorganize yourself, reorganize your life so that you will be able to be your best self and you won't be disorganized and you won't be chronically late. So those were my 15 habits that are probably ruining your life with all of these solutions. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it means so much for me. Don't forget to also subscribe to my channel because I have an entire lifestyle glow up playlist that you can check out so it can help you be your best self. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.